Hey folks, it's me, Kevin Tinkin, here at Apocalypse Soon, telling you once again, get the hell over to YouTube and subscribe to the Apocalypse Soon podcast. Go over to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone and subscribe, become a Patreon. You got Bread and Circus, you get exclusive stand-up clips of the man, and you get this podcast video version the day it comes out. And go over to Instagram, subscribe, all that good stuff. And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And now, hold on to your knickers, grab your socks, put on your galoshes, snap your suspenders in place because it's Eddie Pepitone!
Hello everybody, I am coming to you from Italy. My name is the Italian Alien. Hello, Max. You motherfucker. You better be a bread member. Which is the highest one?
The circus.
You better be a circus member. Anyway, it's another podcast before I control the world. I want to tell you the specials today are subjugation, and incarceration, because that's what we're going to do to you.
He's getting Swedish now. Welcome, everybody. Once my Italian, which is horrible to begin with, goes into Swedish, I have to stop. So anyway, this is it. Last show in Fatty Coast Studios, and then me and Kevin are homeless.
We're homeless. We're going to be out on the road.
We're going to be doing podcasts from different locales. We hope I think it's going to be a very interesting time for us, you know, as long as the weather holds up.
Yeah, God willing. Yeah, if we need one of those we'll podcast for food signs, you know, we can just have it on the street corner.
It'll be funny, though, to maybe try podcast. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, everybody, the podcast with no upside. It will be, imagine if we'd have to do it kind of guerrilla style, but let's say we take one car and we pull on the side of the road of the 101, where the 101 meets the 405, I think is one of the busiest junctions in the country.
One of those spaghetti highways.
It's just crazy, the amount of traffic. And we pulled over there, we got our thing out, and we're like, we're here at the busiest junction. I mean, it'll just inspire different things, and I think our fans, at least the circus members, deserve that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, get busy street corner, set up a desk, you know, at Hollywood and Vine, you know, just or on the highway, you know, just in the median maybe.
Set up a desk. No, come on. I don't want to get hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a completely different goal.
You know, I mean, I want to die naturally in climate disaster. Oh, that's better. Were we okay the first couple of minutes there?
Yeah, I had to turn it down when you were being the loud
the Italian alien.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Italian Alien, and the specials today are linguine with a fist in your fucking face.
And the marinara fist in your face.
Oh my God. So, yeah, last time here, and then we go out on the road for a while till I guess we find another studio.
Yeah. We'll find something. There's studios all around, abandoned studios. You know,
yes,
the podcasts have gone by the wayside.
We're knocking on doors, going door to door.
Yeah.
To people's homes, like, hello, hi, I'm Eddie Pepitone. Can we podcast in your place? It's cold.
We're just a couple of wayward gentlemen.
We're not doing well.
Not at all. This is all I have, ma'am. Could you please let us in and podcast in your living room? I have the equipment.
Mm-hmm. You want to do a driving in the rain just to feel it out? See how you intro this one.
We know you're hungry and you don't want to go anywhere. So pull out that Lyft app, get on your DoorDash pass, and join us on another Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
The atmospheric river that was coming from the Pacific Ocean was dropping so much rain on Los Angeles that I couldn't even see my hand. I would put my hand out in front of me and all I saw was God's tears, the water rushing down from the sky. I had to get in my car, my Uber /Lyft /DoorDash / Uber Eats /Instacart /Bookmobile /Bloodmobile /Therapy on Wheels /Riss. I got into the car and the rain was battering me, just battering me. If you ever have seen trout get battered before being put into oil, that's how battered my car was getting. And I had to deliver a quattro fromage pizza to a legless. Hold on, let me get these facts right. I have it written down. I had to deliver a quattro fromage pizza, which is 4-cheese pizza. For those of you who don't speak French, I had to speak French. It was part of the job. If I didn't know what quattro fromage meant, I was out on my ass. Anyway, I was versed in French for this fucking job. I would go into this French place and go, "Comment allez-vous?" I would say to them, and they would be like, "Fermez la bouche." And so it went. I would translate that for you, but I don't have the time because this quattro fromage had to go to a legless electrician, a guy who used to just push himself on a floor he would have to get people to lift him up to the fuse box. So he had a short fuse himself if his quattro fromage was late, and I had never seen rain like this. This was a bleak city, Los Angeles, so many hearts broken every day by the cruelty of Hollywood, by the insane star-fucker system that didn't reward talent, but rewarded bullshit. I myself was a failed actor driving this car, and by failed actor, I mean I would be smoking crack behind 7-Elevens, doing fellatio just to live in my car. I'm sorry, there was a pause there, but I got overtaken with emotion. By the way, become a circus member, you cheap fucks. The rain just battered it, battering my car like a chicken cutlet. Battering my car like so many people in abusive relationships. Just watch Dateline if you haven't seen abusive relationships. I myself cannot stop watching Dateline because I like watching couples kill each other. Sue me. And the rain just came down, and I had this legless electrician who, by the way, had a short fuse, which isn't a pun on electrician. It's just the way it fucking was. He told me he had been manscaping lately. I said, too much information, and plus, we're not doing that sponsorship anymore. I said, don't bother. Don't bother. Now I have a great idea, by the way, that we should have done the ads in character, like a guided meditation for Factor or whatever. Anyway, that's Al, what is he doing? I don't know, Margaret. You're lucky I came to after you strangled me last week. those of you who are listening to the podcast for the first time, you probably didn't understand that segue. And this is what I have to say to you. Go fuck yourself. Go listen to a podcast where they talk about bullshit. This is about life itself, about a guy, me, driving through the rain, failed actor, delivering a quattro fromage pizza, which means 4 cheeses. 5 fromage is 5. 8 fromage is 8.
Ooh la la.
That was the saying of the pizzeria. Oh la la. It went nowhere. This pizzeria, you go in it and there were just roaches crawling around. The roaches had guns. Anyway, as I drove, I could see the electrician. He was being held up by a female bodybuilder. She always had to hold him up, and he had on one of those dog collars that glowed. I'm getting a call on my Apple Watch, sorry. You know, this bit is going so bad, I have an inkling to pick it up. But fuck it. I'm gonna plow ahead and let the person who's calling me be bereft that I'm not picking it up.
Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
Did you just end it?
No.
That confused me.
Sorry, I was just.
I thought you were
reminded.
making like a, it was a mercy ending. Like you were just like, let me fucking get him out of there. So the rain, so
Now
the
we
electrician.
continue with Driving in the Rain.
The legless electrician was being held up by a female bodybuilder. The legless electrician had one of those glow-in-the-dark collars around his neck so he could be seen. He was a small guy, and minus the legs, he was even smaller. As a matter of fact, he would be tossed around for fun by dock workers who, well, let's just say what they were. They were cruel and uneducated. He liked being tossed around, though, because it gave him a feeling of being in the air.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
Anyway, I got to the fromage. I got to the legless electrician. And I said, here's your quattro formaggio pizza. And he says,
By the way,
he had the weirdest voice.
by the way, I thought the bit ended when Kevin came in and said, thanks for driving us. Thanks for watching another episode of Driving in the Rain. Yet you kept going.
Yeah, well, there was no end in there.
What, the lights even went up. Even Rob was confused. He put the lights up. And now they're only half down.
I said, why do you have to be so meta, electrician?
He said, well, thank you for the pizza. Boy, this weather is really bad, isn't it?
And thanks for joining us on the final conclusion of Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
I thanked the little guy. I said, thank you. I hope you learn how to tip one of these years. You must make good money as an electrician.
I tipped on the app.
No, you didn't. I look at the app and I see that you didn't tip.
Oh. Well, fuck you!
And he ran inside. He closed the door and I drove through such a torrent of rain that it made me sick. I started getting nauseous. There was so much rain that my car started to float away. I yelled to God, to anybody, to any higher power, wind, the universe, God, something bigger than myself. I yelled, please kill people who don't tip.
Thanks for joining us yet again on Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
You know, that was a couple of false endings there.
Yeah, I mean,
And I just want to keep people on their toes out there, because I think sometimes with the pace of this podcast and the circuitousness of it, that a lot of people lose interest. Including Rob.
I mean, Rob, are you losing interest?
No.
Oh, see, he's fine. He's back on board.
He's with us right to the
No,
end.
I always said, like, if it's too easy to enjoy a podcast, I don't want to be doing it. You know, I don't. Some people go, "Are you sure people are going to want to listen to
Suffering
this?"
is
I go,
part
"I don't
of
care."
life,
Yeah, it is.
right? The Buddha said life is suffering. That's from the Buddha.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He sure does.
Yeah, Buddha. What is Buddhism? It's mostly just sitting around, right? I think that's
Buddhism is my favorite quote-unquote religion. I mean, I love it.
yeah.
It's all about non-attachment, really. Don't attach. Be in the present moment through the breath. You know, it's about the dissolution. Here's the crux of it: the dissolution of the ego. About realizing that you're not the body and you're not the mind, which sounds insane to the average person, but that's what Buddhism is. You know,
Yeah.
even though I work out in the gym, because I'm trying to take care of the vessel
Right.
that houses my soul. I mean, you're a religious guy, so you know about
Your body's a temple.
or a frozen yogurt place.
That's right. My body's a frozen yogurt temple. Dude, that I'll tell you what, Buddhism hits me in the face with that stuff about the ego, because I think it's so relevant to at least my pitfalls, which are very
All of us, not just you.
self-centered.
Oh, all us.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
why.
especially Kevin.
But it's
yeah.
that'd be funny if it was in the Sanskrit, written in the Sanskrit. Especially Kevin Dinkin.
Yeah, he's one of the most.
They hold up a
self-centered-
picture of you. This is coming in the year 2000, whenever you were born. What was your date of birth?
81.
This is coming in the year 1981 of the Lord. There's just a picture of you in your 30s.
You know, I noticed there's a militant wing of Christianity, and there's a militant wing of Muslims. Is there a militant wing of the Buddhists? Extreme Buddhists?
Well, that would be, and this is why I love Buddhism, that would be, even though all religions, I believe, have the same message, ultimately, which is love,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then it gets twisted
Yes.
by institutions, by politics, particularly. You know, I'm sure there have been some extreme Buddhists, like
Just a guy going, "Watch your breathing," but he's got a gun. He's like, "Slow breaths."
right. There's a bunch of rogue Buddhists called the. I think it's Breathe Now, fuckers. They're called.
A knife right at your jugular.
Hey, don't fucking move. Let me hear your breath. Go ahead. Breathe normally, by the way.
How am I gonna breathe normally when you got a fucking knife to my neck?
Is your name Margaret? Anyway, yeah.
She's not worrying about the present moment. She's not living in the moment. She's worrying about tomorrow. What if I'm alive? What if I'm not alive? It's no good. I always liked Buddhism. I've only had one friend that was a Buddhist, and they were a bad Buddhist, just like every other.
Bad, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Bad Buddhist. I ain't breathing for shit.
Come on, Hal.
Fuck it. Hal! Bad Buddhist is brought to you by Nespresso.
I never want somebody who's good at being religious as a friend. Like I always, because the religions.
Is anybody good at it?
Oh, some people are really good at it. Those are the zealots.
Those are the people who are dangerous.
Yes, absolutely.
The zealots.
That's what used to blow me away as a Christian, because I would be like, we'd go to church or whatever, and then I would be like, wait, so you can't be gay, and that's a bad thing, and you're going to hell. I don't like that. And then, but people would be like, well, it's the word of God. God isn't. You don't have to like him. But, he doesn't like the gay people. And then I'd go to other churches, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, you can be gay or whatever. Do whatever you want. It's fine. Right. And I go, but the Bible's pretty specific about how you're supposed to live. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. I'd rather be at that church as a human being, but as somebody who actually read everything, I'm like, you're kind of not doing it right. You're supposed to be a piece of shit a little bit.
I would just be like, do you have ping pong?
Oh, they do.
They do, right?
Oh, dude, we would have sucked you in to church with all the pizza parties and video games and girls. We had a lot of good-looking girls.
What gets the guys to come in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the heterosexual guys.
Mm-hmm. Well,
the other guys, I think they just get attracted to the priests and vice versa.
We had good-looking men around there, too. We had a guy who played the guitar. He had long hair, a belt buckle. He was from Denton, Texas.
Denton, Texas.
Yeah. Hey, spread the Lord.
This next song I'd like to dedicate to my Savior, Jesus. Here we go. Oh, Jesus, I'm not feeling good. I got explosive diarrhea. And whatever else.
I do like the idea of a guy having explosive diarrhea. Even though I cannot hold my bowels, I've been shooting poop out my poop shooter all day. The Lord still loves me. He still loves me. He's got grace in his heart for me.
I'm a mess, especially in the bottom area.
I got a prolapse rectum, and it's okay. The Lord still accepts me.
Let's raise the level of this podcast.
Thank you. I apologize.
A little. How about...
masturbation?
How about the Shell Oil Company having a meeting while pornography plays? I like that one.
Okay, let's do it. And now join yet another exclusive, exciting business day at Shell Oil.
By the way, Tom, your graphics here are just not explaining why we have to sell more.
You think you can handle the whole thing, baby?
In the South.
I'm not going to... I'm below it.
Boss, I'm distracted by the pornography. Well, let me turn it up.
Oh,
that's better, boss. That's better. I like it loud myself.
Tighten the belts. Tighten the belts.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I'd like to present these quarterly reports here, and
I'm gonna spank you till you fucking feel like a man, Henry.
You'll notice that the numbers are way, way up this quarter. Oh, hold on, guys. Let's take
Spank me, Henry.
Oh my God! Put me up on that hook.
Hey, can someone put on the urine porn? We're going to go into a business meeting now. Piss on me! Piss on me!
I'm going to do
All right,
it, baby.
guys, we have a lot of big meetings coming up about crude oil and the tar sands in Canada. Does anyone know Fort McHenry?
Oh, my bladder is so full, baby. Oh, my God, I got to pee so bad.
I think it's Fort McMurray, Sarge. I'm not a sergeant, and piss on me. That's the pornography, Ted. I'm sorry, I get carried away.
Just want to congratulate you boys on a great quarter. And thanks for joining us on another episode of In the Corporate Business Room.
Stick your finger! Put your finger in my ass!
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's just such an interesting Shell Oil
It is.
business meeting, you know?
It really it's nice to it's nice to see them as humans. You know what I mean? Just as regular everyday Joes. You know, love watching porn, love going to work. You know, making money and jerking off. That's the name of my first album. I'm working.
That's a pretty funny title.
Making money and jerking off.
I don't think that. Well, you think that would be expletive? Making money and jerking off? Would they let that be a title, or is that too racy? What do you think, Rob?
For
a title of a real album, making money and jerking off, would they let that fly?
For an album, you could do that for an album, sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing it.
I think it may launch you.
I'm putting all my eggs into this jerking off and making money basket. Hey, you know what we got to talk about, Eddie? Wow. This podcast, I mean, we're landing right around New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah, New Year 2024. That, you know, this isn't to bring people down.
Yes.
But this is the podcast with no upside. You're watching or listening to Apocalypse Soon. Hopefully both.
Mm-hmm.
But a psychic, my friend has a really good psychic, and I know a lot of it is bullshit, right? But this guy, you know, he comes from Harvard Divinity School. Anyway, he says 2025, the shit is going to hit the fan in this country, like chaos, now, bloodletting.
This is the second time I've heard you.
Great savings.
Well, that's the great thing about an apocalypse is you can just go into people's houses and take whatever you want.
If you have the right weaponry.
That's right.
If you could survive. I'm just glad I don't have, like, children during this time.
Me too.
Well, your kids are grown. How old are they?
13 and 15.
They're on their own.
They'll be okay. Yeah. You've mentioned 2025 twice now.
From because of this guy, and it makes sense to me because I do think Trump is going to get elected.
Yeah.
And he's going to go off the fucking rails, and it's going to be crazy martial law. Rob, you have dual citizenship, is that right?
No.
Okay, you're fucked too.
I wish.
Oh, I thought you had, I don't know, Canadian citizenship.
I mean, we have family that are in Canada, so maybe we could escape across the border.
I'm stuck
before it gets too bad.
Are you afraid about it if Trump gets reelected?
I mean, I really don't want him to get reelected, but I kind of expect it to happen.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, I think it's going to unleash.
It's going to be awful.
You know.
I'm less worried about Trump and what people's responses to him getting elected is going to be. Because the same thing, like when this happened, when he got elected the first time, I remember everybody lost it. And I've always been kind of a guy like, it doesn't matter who the president, who gives a shit. We'll be fine. But people just lost. I remember people were crying at the Comedy Store. Like
that makes me laugh,
dude.
Well, that was probably because they had bad sets, but
no, we were watching it. I remember I was in the front patio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a drink. I was with friends, and we were all kind of like, "This is so good for comedy."
That's when people learned how broken America is, because the reason Trump got elected is that so much of the country is actually fucking broken.
Yeah,
and people are in poverty and people are in dire straits. And, you know, Hillary, who lost to Trump, which was an amazing feat.
Yes.
By Hillary and her team. I mean, just amazing. And now
one of the biggest flops ever. Like absolutely just throwing something away.
Yeah. Anyway, the Democrats have themselves to blame, and you know, it's anyway. 2025, is really. What I'm gonna do is take a nice trip to Amsterdam, and then I am gonna morph into a Dutch person because I have a guy who can do a nose, and I have a fake mustache. I'm gonna grab a pair of Dutch glasses.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm just going to walk around the canals.
In clogs.
You're being too stereotypical.
Oh, I apologize.
And I'm going to sell myself. There's a red light district there, and I'll be pressed against the glass, naked, going, hey, soldier. Soldier.
Hey, soldier, you want to come in here? I'll keep you warm.
I don't know what accent that is.
I could see you, people's proclivities, flavors and tastes. They go all over the place.
Proclivities have to be licked properly.
That's right. And who knows? I mean, a guy could be walking down, because I picture you in Amsterdam, and I'm going through the windows. I've
been there like 3 or 4 times now.
A man freshly divorced in Amsterdam with a pocket full of mushrooms, and just walking past the windows, and just every woman more beautiful than the last, but just not doing it for him at all. And then you.
Mm-hmm. And there's just a line of women trying to get in to my booth.
And you're taking a break because you're eating clam chowder.
Hey, is there any way I can get the large clam chowder? Only if you make more money, whore. All right, I'm just asking. I would love some.
Just all the windows of the sexy women dancing, and then you eating a bowl of soup, and one of the windows that's like,
and
pink.
the chowder is all over my chest. I'm naked eating the bowl of soup.
Yes.
Every once in a while, to get people horny, I do a squat, like I do 10 squats.
Yeah. Everybody's like, come check this guy out.
Oh my God, he's beautiful.
All the clouds. Walking over to the window real fast.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Do you
I want to apologize right here to my friend Clarté, who is actually from there.
Oh. Yeah. Does he have a Dutch accent?
It's she.
Jesus Christ.
I like to apologize, and I will leave immediately.
Can you put on the porn louder? I'm about to give the end of the year report. That's a little bit of the Shell. The Shell Oil Company with incredibly horrific pornography playing in the background.
Turn the porn up. I'm giving the end of the...
The only way I get a little peace is when that bondage pornography is loud. When you say peace, do you mean peace of mind or like a piece? Like you get some? Shut up, Fred.
It hurts so good. Well, this 2025, did he explain, or it was like a psychic kind of prediction, like...
What's happening in 2025?
Just chaos, bloodletting.
But did he give a
revolution? Revolution, really.
But did he give a trigger? What's going to light the powder keg?
No,
Franz Ferdinand.
It could be another fucking George Floyd type of thing.
True.
It could be a banking crisis. It could be it could be climate catastrophe that triggers a lot of hardship, and we're just a country, they had a mass shooting in Czechoslovakia the other day, and they're freaking out. They're like, we have to get rid of guns. Here, everybody has a gun.
Yep.
And
somebody gets shot by a gun. It's like, I think it's less than every 5 minutes, or it's less than that. It's like the amount of times people get shot.
That sounds insane.
It's a wild statistic.
Rob is looking this up now.
Yeah. I
also
just
look
saw
up the Fort McHenry fire.
Yeah.
McMurray, I think it is,
look
right?
If you
Fort
could,
McMurray.
It says every day more than 110 people are killed from guns and more than 200 are shot and wounded.
Yeah.
Every day?
Yes.
What?
It's wild, dude. It's wild.
Oh, my God. I mean, I consider that almost... it's absurd. We live... You know what absurdity is?
Every day, 327 people are shot in the United States. Among those, 117 people are shot and killed. 210 survive gunshot injuries. 90 are intentionally shot by someone else and survive. 46 are murdered. It breaks it all down.
Oh, my God.
Every day.
These are encouraging stats.
Yeah. I mean, we're thinning out the herd,
That to me is absurd, and that's what we try to do on this podcast. We try to be absurd because the reality we live in is completely absurd.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story? So you mentioned George Floyd. So I was.
I like how you're kind of laughing at that.
It's not that funny.
Hey,
This
yeah.
is a funny story because I was with one of my dad. I was with my dad and one of his friends around the George Floyd thing. And it was like
I know it happened during the pandemic.
yeah, but we were eating dinner, and I said to my dad, I'm like, "Have you seen this George Floyd? This is wild." And my dad's friend, he goes, "I've always been more of a Sonny Liston kind of guy." And I go,
He is thinking of boxers.
Yes.
Who is Floyd? Floyd. Oh,
Floyd
right.
Mayweather, I think he was thinking I was saying. But
God.
and I
He
just-
was totally saying that innocently.
He had no clue. He thought I was talking, "Hey, what do you think about this boxer? You've seen about this boxer?"
Did you have to like politely correct him?
I did.
Say there's unrest.
I started laughing, and I said, it was this guy who was, murdered by the police or whatever. And it's like, "Oh, yes, I do believe I heard about this." He's a very old, respectable, nice guy. And, dude.
You were having dinner?
Yeah, we were just having dinner, and
Welcome to Misconstrued Conversations, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, our heroes are okay, and it gives Danny DeVito a living.
the misidentity of people in those situations, like if it's very serious, it's like the worst. Somebody going, "Oh, Adolf Hitler." Oh yeah, he's not a big fan of that guy.
Do you know the Hitler mustache is coming back?
I think that's good. I always call it the Chaplin mustache. The flavor saver up top. Have you ever grown a little Hitler mustache?
Oh God, no. And nobody really will do that, except this one guy. I used to get my hat blocked by a guy with a Hitler mustache. You know what it means to get your hat blocked?
No.
You don't, Rob? Do you know what hat
No.
hat blocking is? When you get your hat reshaped, like to its original beautiful. And I used to get my hats blocked constantly.
Yeah.
I actually had a fetish for getting my hat blocked. What have you seen, Rob, for hat blocking? Have you
Saying
looked it up?
Blocking is the hand process by which a hat is given its shape, just as a fine diamond can be enhanced or spoiled by the diamond cutter. A beautiful Monte Cristi hat, that's where I'm seeing this on,
Yeah.
can be hat body can be enhanced or spoiled by how it is shaped and finished.
Mm-hmm. So hat blocking is just basically taking care
Yeah.
of your hats, rejuvenating your hat like a vagina. Like you've heard of.
Vaginal rejuvenation.
Right. This is similar. And so I used to get my hat blocked constantly.
Yeah.
And it got to the point, and I know this was related to the Hitler mustache, but it got to the point where the guy who would hat block my stuff was like, "How many times are you going to bring in this hat? It's perfect." And I was like, "Notice the little curve.
A little curve.
All right, I'll send it through again, but it's going to cost you."
Yeah.
And I would say, "I have no money, but I can play you a ditty on the harmonica."
Oh, that's nice. And he'd sit there with his little mustache.
And he had the little Hitler mustache.
Hey, I got an idea
Mm-hmm.
for how we end this episode. Considering it is the new year, do you think we could do maybe you giving a New Year's Eve toast to 2023?
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I think that's great.
can we do that?
Let's do it.
And I play.
Please, you chime in whenever. You'll be one of the party guests or whatever.
Yeah.
You introduce. Yeah, you intro it and introduce me, who's going to toast the assemblage.
Yeah.
But
now-
really do a good intro. Like, don't do an intro that people are left going, wait, that was too on the nose.
Okay.
Okay.
As the great sun sets in the west,
Already, I want to interrupt you.
Okay.
It just seems like you're already flailing.
I'm flaming. I'm in the deep end.
As the great sun. No. Just let's get to the toast. Go ahead.
Another year ends and another
There we go.
newness begins.
Oh, man. Just go.
All right.
I mean, life is messy. And things can't be perfect. So go ahead. Just whatever your intro is, as long as it doesn't piss me off.
Okay.
I want you to do it.
Well, Dick Clark's in the ground, but Eddie Pepitone's here with another New Year's Eve toast. Go ahead, Eddie.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Big Al's restaurant. I want to say, and as you know, you are all my friends, and that's why I have you gathered here. I want to give a toast to this past year, 2023. I want to toast the fact that we haven't grown as a society at all. We've become more polarized. And I enjoy that, actually. I like the polarization of this society, the income equality, the gap of civility now has grown, and it allows me to watch Hulu Plus more because I'm afraid to go out of my house. I have a little exercise machine, so I don't have to leave my house, and I prefer it that way. And that's why we're doing this toast on Zoom. The pandemic brought us together with Zoom. Zoom became a big thing during the pandemic. I even fucked my wife through Zoom.
Hear, hear.
Thank you. I was waiting for some kind of response. And Ned, you just yelled out, hear, hear. I want to congratulate you on your new job, sucking your own dick.
Thank you, pal. Appreciate it.
You're a double-jointed motherfucker.
I'm so happy to be doing what I love.
Thank you, Ned. Welcome to the Zoom toast. I want to also raise a glass just to the complete dysfunction of the political system in the United States. They completely, the Democrats their only slogan is, we're better than Trump. They have no plans themselves. They have abandoned the working class years ago, yet they blame people like me for pointing it out and saying you should vote for this shitty Democratic Party. They didn't even stop the genocide that's going on in the Gaza Strip. Genocide Joe wouldn't vote for a ceasefire, and we're supposed to back this murderous fuck. I want to say that this year a macaroon shop opened up near me, and boy is it delicious. Tasty, tasty, tasty as we wind down our country. I myself have a psychic who has gone to Harvard Divinity School. He says by 2025, we're all going to be swimming in a river of our own blood. I want to raise a glass. Those of you who are still with us on Zoom, I see a lot of people have left. There's a lot of empty windows. I only see you, Ned.
Hear, hear. Love you, pal.
Yep. And I love the way you suck your own cock, Ned.
I love doing it.
I know you do. I want Ned to raise his glass, and if any of you are here, I want to say this. May we not cling to life. May we let go and let the river of life take us where it may. I want to say thank you to the Fanny Co. Studios for providing a home for us for the last, has it been 2 years, Ned?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. Hear, hear.
All right, it seems like 2. I want to thank Fanny Co. I want to thank Rob. I want to thank all the people who have worked here with us at Fanny Co. A few guys named Alex, some guy named Milo. They all come and go, except Rob, who now is going to have to panhandle.
I was born here and I will die here.
He was born here and he'll die here. And I just want to say good luck, everybody. The blood is going to be flowing as freely as a beautiful Beaujolais in a Quattro Formaggio restaurant.
Let all the
acquaintance be forgot.
Happy 2024, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. Kev, Rob, thank you for being here. Rob, it was great working with you. And
Yes.
Kev, this is it for us. The end.
See you on the streets.
And we'll see you. We'll see you. Just give us the old outro, Kev. Final time here in the studio, but we'll be soldiering on in the streets of LA.
YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, EddiePepitone.com. Check them all out. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the new edition of Apocalypse soon.
Goodbye, everybody.